Hey, good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Friday's market wrap up here. Top Gun Options wrapping up another epic full throttle week, a full week of live trading and training, looking at a lot of profitable trades that we took a look at this week. We're doing a weekly options brief. This is the last free brief of the week. I actually have a special announcement to make at 1 o'clock. Actually, I'll make it here since you might be getting this after 1 o'clock. But our current EWZ bear call spread that we placed Monday is up, about $1,400, 60% gain in 3.5 days. I'm going to hold on to this. This is the 46.5, 47 bear call spread that expires in a couple hours that could potentially make $2,200, over $2,200. Folks, that is an annual defensive membership with one trade here at Top Gun Options. A couple people asked, hey, you actually show trades that we could potentially pay for our membership with. You got that right. If you place this trade Monday, you could pay for a full throttle annual defensive membership with that one bear call spread on Brazil. Now, here's the special announcement. We have 7 slots left. We only take 50 people every time we do one of these launches, 2-3 times a year, sometimes 4. If we don't get our 50 annual members, we open it up. The remaining, there currently, as of me shooting this video, there are 7 monthly memberships remaining. So all you have to do to grab your monthly, if you want to give it a kick the tires for a couple months, perfect, man. And then I guarantee you're going to want to upgrade into an annual membership because it's cheaper. But if you want to try it out month to month, head to go.topgunoptions.com/getft. That stands for Get Full Throttle. All you have to do is click on this big image at the top. And here are the monthly memberships. They start as low as $195 a month and go up to $295 a month for everything we do at full throttle. Okay, so we have 7 monthlies available. Once they are gone, we're going to take this page down and we're good. We're going to be airborne Monday without you. Okay, so head to go.topgunoptions.com/getft. Reminder, we have the weekly options brief at 1 o'clock in a little bit, and I already got filled on the bear call spread that I'm doing out the next Friday on EWZ. We're going to take a look at an iron condor. I think EWZ is going to remain range bound here for a period of time. Had a really nice run lately, and then we level off. The EWZ tends to run, level off, run, level off, run, level off. So we'll probably take a look at legging into an iron condor to reduce our risk. But again, one trade could have paid for your annual defensive membership here at Top Gun Options. So make sure you join us at 1 o'clock for the brief. What's going on? F-35s. F-35's great story yesterday that the F-35 has already freaked out Iran and changed everything in the Middle East. The F-35 cannot be seen, folks. Turkey made a stupid strategic decision last week, right? They said, we're getting the Russian air defense system, the S-400. It's the most vaunted air defense system in the world. And the president said, what? Well, then you ain't getting F-35s. This is a NATO member, folks. Turkey is a member of NATO, and they're buying Russian air defense equipment. And they wanted to buy F-35s. What do you think? We're retarded, Turkey? No. You're turning into a radical Islamic Muslim state anyway. No thanks. So they're not getting F-35s. And they're going to regret that decision. Excuse me, or actually they're not going to regret it because we don't want them to have the F-35 because we'll just give it to Vladimir Putin. Here's why it's a game changer in the Middle East. As I've reported before this article came out, F-35s have been flying over North Korea and Iran for a long period of time. And guess what? They can't be seen. It's terrifying to Iran, and that's why it's a game changer. Let's just say Israeli F-16s have flown from Israel to, not F-16, F-35s have flown from Israel to Iran and back, and they haven't been seen. Tensions flaring? What? Yesterday we shot down a drone. We said it was defensive shoot down at the USS Boxer, which is an amphibious ship. Got Marines on board, got some Harriers, some Helos. It's got a MU or MAGTAF, Marine Air Ground Task Force, or whatever it is. Anyway, shot down a drone. Of course, Iran today says we didn't lose any drones. You haven't shot anything down. Of course we did. We have footage of it. But, of course, there's stupid people in the world that believe we're attacking ourselves to get a war started. Little do they remember that Donald Trump campaigned on getting us out of wars, and he doesn't like this stuff. Okay? So, anyway, we have a lot to talk a lot to talk about at 1 o'clock in our brief about the trade war and more importantly about earnings, right? Let me go to this real quick. So we're up a little bit. This isn't, I wouldn't say stocks climb. We're up a little bit on what? the Fed chief yesterday, what's his name? Williams, the New York Fed chief. Williams is a big one, right? The New York Fed is kind of the big Fed, and everybody kind of looked at that. This dude gave an uber dovish speech yesterday about maybe even he kind of implied a 50 point cut, which is stupid. And then what happened? A Fed spokesman soon walked back his comments. Right? Yesterday, everybody's like, aha, see, the Fed's going to cut 50 basis points. And what's the president doing today? As soon as the Fed walked, or his spokesman walked back his dovish speech, the president lit into the guy. I like New York Fed President John Williams' first statement much better than his second. His first statement is 100% correct in that the Fed raised far too fast and too early, right, back in October-ish in the fall. Also must stop with the crazy quantitative tightening. We are in a world competition and winning big. This is bad. First of all, the president is misquoting what John Williams said. And obviously, the president takes a lot of liberties with the things people say. And obviously, he takes liberties with what he says. But anyway, folks, this is I really believe at this point the Fed can only disappoint in a week and a half. Remember, we have a Fed meeting at the end of the month, July 30th, 31st. We heard Jerome Powell give us what the Fed meeting is a couple weeks ago when he testified in front of Congress, and then John Williams just did the same thing. So I think this is going to be a sell on the news. I think this market can only pull back at this point if the Fed doesn't go crazy in a couple weeks, and they're not. Take a look at what Goldman said today. Goldman, the low volatility makes no sense in light of what's coming. When Goldman, massive house, comes out and says, hey, this volatility is stupid cheap, you got to get long vol. We did that yesterday. So we beat Goldman yesterday by getting long volatility. You have got to get long vol, folks. It joined for a month at least to see how we've been trading VXX and volatility. This is stupid. Volatility is stupid cheap right now, and it's going to pop. Something's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 weeks to freak this market out. I guarantee you. That's why this week, for free, yesterday, I took a look at a trade that got long volatility. It's on the replay page here. If you didn't get a chance to see it, right here. New bullish volatility trade. Come watch the replay. All you need to do is head to go.topgunoptions.com/FT replay, and you can actually watch the replay from all the sessions we did this week. Nobody out there does this, folks. Nobody opens up the doors to their squadron to allow you to come into a bunch of their trade briefs. If anything, they give you 102 PowerPoint slides of what they've done in the past, not what they're doing right now, and ask you for some ridiculously priced program. We do not do that, folks. And like I said, we have a handful, 5 to 7 a monthly slot. So if you want to get airborne with us and see what we're doing, head to go.topgunoptions.com/getft. I got to get going, folks. I got to get ready for our 1 o'clock weekly options brief. This is the last free brief this week, folks, and you want to get in here. You want to take a look at what we're doing with FXI, with EWZ, with VXX in our weekly option service. Up $3,000, up $3,000 for this month for July. That's great. $3,000, ladies and gentlemen. That is your full throttle max afterburner slot for a year. A year I've already paid for it, folks, okay? So I'll see many of you at 1 o'clock in our brief. Go get your monthly slot. If you were waiting for us to release them, we just did for 7 folks, okay? Have a great rest of your day. I'll see many of you at 1 o'clock. God bless.